What a fucking day. I had a hell of a time at Blitzkrieg Pro at Retro World Gaming, which content will be going up starting tomorrow. And I got home just in time for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Daytona, the regular season finale. And ladies and gentlemen, the playoff field has been set. So, with that being said, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you do not miss out on future videos and streams. And let's go ahead and let's get into this. So there was one spot left to claim tonight. Harvick and Keselowski locked themselves in on points after Byron won last week. Um, Entering the race, Bubba Wallace, who held the 16th spot, Ty Gibbs, and Daniel Suarez had the opportunity to point their way in. No cars would go to the rear. Originally, it sounded like Chandler Smith and Josh Berry would. No. And Ryan Preece reports before the race, no power steering. Yikes. So Cindric and Bowman made possibly made a little bit of contact at some point. But stage one goes off without a hitch. And Martin Truex Jr. takes the stage victory. Christopher Bell second, Kevin Harvick third, Ty Gibbs fourth, Joey Logano fifth, Bubba Wallace sixth, Austin Cindric seventh, Denny Hamlin eighth, Chase Briscoe ninth, and Daniel Suarez in 10th. Now, for Hamlin and Riley Herbst, who's in the 36 car and qualified really well, I might add, they both had a chance to get top stage points. Hamlin could have won the stage, but they both got hung out to dry. Herbst first and then Hamlin. And I think this ended up coming back to bite Hamlin later on in terms of the regular season championship because that still had not been decided yet. It came down between him and Truex. So, under the pit stops, Kyle Busch came over the wall too soon, justing heavy equipment interference. And based on the stage one results, NASCAR said that Daniel Suarez now needed to win to make the playoffs. He can no longer point his way in. During stage two, Bubba Wallace reported he may have fluid on his windshield, which was later determined to have come from Todd Gilliland. He would pit for it, go to the garage, he would return. 14 laps to go, we get green flag pit stops. Denny Hamlin, crew member over the wall too soon. Brennan Poole, speeding. Riley Herbst, penalty unknown. And then on the final lap of stage two, Keselowski takes the stage victory, but we get the big one. Coming through 3 and 4, Blaney just got a block from Gibbs, or actually, yeah, Blaney got a block uh, put on, and um, actually, no, hold on. Sorry, my apologies. Gibbs got a push from Bell, got loose, turned, caught Blaney, sent Blaney into the wall hard. Which people were saying that's the closest we've seen to seeing Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s wreck again at Daytona. But luckily, Blaney was able to get out of his car. But yeah, no, the big one just fucking ensued thereafter. Blaney, Gibbs, Cindric, Larson, Herbst, Bell, Reddick, Stenhouse, Bowman, Hamlin, Poole, Burton, Harvick, Chastain to some extent, Austin Dillon, Buescher, and allegedly Byron to some extent. All involved to varying extents. They had to put the red flag out. The stage two finishing order ended up being determined as Keselowski, Busch, Suarez, Bowman, Byron, Chastain, Elliott, Jones, Berry, Logano. But with Gibbs getting knocked out of the race, he's now eliminated from playoff contention. So now it's determined Bubba Wallace can only be knocked out if it's a new winner, not named Harvick or Keselowski. Martin Truex Jr. clinches the regular season title. Keselowski's car actually caught on fire under the red flag for a brief moment, and he had to do circle around like he was doing donuts, but not actually doing donuts on the backstretch under the red flag. Did not get penalized, and I think NASCAR understood. Blaney, Herbst, Gibbs, Stenhouse Jr., Cindric, and Poole all eliminated from the race because of the wreck. Austin Dillon would join them off the DVP. We get the final green flag pit stops with 16 laps to go, or coming to 16 laps to go. Um, and then with 5 to go, going down the backstretch, we get the last caution of the night, and it was not pretty whatsoever. Ryan Preece. I almost said Riley Herbst. Ryan Preece gets a shove from Eric Jones, gets sideways, collects Chase Briscoe, his teammate, slides through the grass down the backstretch, and the car catches air, and his car performs one of the most violent rollovers we've ever fucking seen. A rollover so bad, it was about as bad as, say, Davey Allison back in the 90s at Pocono, Rusty Wallace at Talladega back in the 90s. I mean, the last time we saw a rollover of any capacity this bad was Buescher, ironically enough, and we'll get to that in a moment, at Charlotte last year. Um, so nasty fucking crash. But Preece landed on his wheels. He got out of his car with help. And they put him on a gurney and took him to the infield care center for precautionary measures, of course. Both he and Briscoe done for the night. Briscoe just went through the grass and nothing he could do. Um, but it's unfortunate, especially because Briscoe started on the front row with his teammate Eric Almirola, led over 60 laps, had a chance to win if he could get up there. And unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. And for Preece, damn, I just hope he's okay. So we get the final restart, and I honestly thought shit was gonna get crazy. It didn't. We did get a little bit of contact between Keselowski and Harvick, and I honestly thought Keselowski was about to get fucking dumped. But Keselowski helps his teammate Chris Buescher to take the lead, take the white flag, and take his third, third victory of 2023, his fifth win of his Cup career. And because of that, Bubba Wallace points his way in, and he is the 16th man into the playoffs. Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman missed out on the playoffs, um, which is crazy to think about. And unfortunately, that's just the product of the season. Like, again, Elliott missed 6 races due to injury, and then a 7th race due to suspension for right hooking Danny Hamlin in the wall. Alex Bowman missed races due to injury. There were points penalties that were assessed earlier in the season that hurt some of the Hendrick guys, that hurt Hendrick guys and other teams in general. Austin Dillon was in a worse position entering this race because of that, from a penalty from early in the season. I don't have the penalties list on hand or off the top of my head, but they're there. And it's crazy because, again, like, Elliott has made the playoffs every single year, and now he's out. He's going to be in the. Meanwhile, Bubba Wallace makes the playoffs for the first time. Um, and this is fucking incredible for him. Like, he deserves it because he busted his ass all year long. You know, you remember the fact, Joe, like, he won at Kansas last year in the wasn't in the playoffs. Um, and then Talladega the year prior. He's shown so many signs of speed. He's come close to winning a couple of times this year. He's had some bad luck kick him in the ass a couple of times, but he's here. He's in. And now, remember, Kansas is the second race of the first round, right after Darlington. As I just said, he won there last year. He ran really well there earlier this year. Bubba Wallace, I know it's going to be easy for people to pick Bubba Wallace to be a one and done. And I'll elaborate more on this when I do my predictions this week, amongst all the other content I got coming up. But I don't know, man. If he wins Kansas, obviously he's not one and done. But I think the other thing is that the first race of the playoffs at Darlington, or the first playoff race in general, it seems to tend to weed people out. And it sets the tone for the rest of the playoffs, at least for the first round. I think if Bubba Wallace can survive Darlington, come out with a great finish, good stage points, And if other drivers fuck around and find out, who knows, man? Who knows? But as far as my predictions go, you will see when we get to the playoff prediction video later this week. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Congratulations to Chris Buescher. Congratulations to Bubba Wallace. Congratulations to the 16 who will be battling for the championship this year. I will catch you all next time. Peace.